freelance, independent, and home-based business. In this session, we're going to dive into the world of freelance, independent, and home-based businesses. These are businesses that don't rely on a physical space, so you can get started with just a laptop, smartphone, or even a simple promotional flyer in your local area. Exciting, right? Here is what you can expect from this session. We'll cover the following. What are freelance, independent, and home-based businesses? The benefits. What is the gig economy? Characteristics. How to launch a business as an independent contractor. Starting a freelance, independent, or home-based business. Creating an online presence. Establishing work-life balance in your home. Challenges. Flexible workspace options and the top 10 do's and don'ts. Let's get started. What are freelance, independent, and home-based businesses? You might be wondering what exactly are freelance, independent, and home-based businesses. Well, we're here to break it down for you. A freelance business is a business where you, as the sole employee, take on contract work for other businesses, organizations, or individuals. For example, let's say you were previously an accountant for a large company, but now you want to start your own accounting business. In that case, you would be an accounting freelancer, providing your services to the businesses of your choice. The best part is that you get to set your own hours, schedule, and rate. Independent businesses are similar to freelance businesses. The key difference is that independent business owners are often referred to as independent contractors. These contractors are usually hired by larger companies for seasonal or project-based work, where a permanent employee isn't necessary. It's important to note that there are specific laws that differentiate independent contractors from employees, so make sure you understand these laws in your area. We have more information on this in our session and blog post about starting a business as an independent contractor. And then there are home-based businesses. These are businesses that you operate right from the comfort of your home. They can fall into the categories of freelance, independent, contracting, or even other ventures like music lessons, wedding cakes, gift baskets, bike repair, landscaping, house cleaning, daycare, and more. You could turn your favorite hobbies into home-based business ideas. Or you could start a business at home and then move to a dedicated location as you grow. Benefits of freelance, independent, and home-based businesses. So why should you consider starting a freelance, independent, or home-based business? Let's discuss the benefits. 1. Flexibility. Starting one of these businesses allows you to keep your current job while pursuing your new venture on the side. Some people call this moonlighting or a side hustle because you might work one job during the day and another in the evening. It's important that you not use your current employer's resources for your new business. The same goes for starting a business that competes with your employer. Make sure you understand the non-compete and intellectual property laws that apply to your employment. 2. Help from family and friends. With a home-based business, you're in a familiar setting, surrounded by family and friends who can lend a helping hand if needed. 3. Low initial investment. Starting a business from home typically requires less capital because you don't have to pay for additional office space. Starting small can lead to big success down the road. 4. Leveraged resources. Home-based businesses allow you to make use of the resources you already have at home. For example, you can use your family computer or printer for your business needs, leverage your existing internet connectivity, or utilize available storage space. 5. Lower risk. Every new business carries some degree of risk. By starting small at home, you can test your ideas, products, services, and target markets before investing a significant amount of money or taking on financial obligations. It's a good idea to set a limit on how much money you're willing to risk and keep your primary job while launching your new business to help mitigate risk. You don't need a traditional office space to start a business. All you need is a laptop, smartphone, or promotional flyer to post in your area. If you're curious, there's a freelance, independent, and home-based business readiness checklist provided in the course materials that go along with this recording. What is the gig economy? The term gig economy is used to describe an economy in which temporary and flexible employment is common. In the gig economy, independent workers, aka freelancers, take on short-term engagements with different employers instead of long-term permanent positions with the same company. Freelancers can find opportunities and list their services on a variety of websites. Just use your favorite search engine to research terms like freelance jobs, freelance listings, gig jobs, or others. The trend toward a gig economy has made employment much more flexible for both workers and employers. This can be important for people who cannot work full-time or need to make their own hours. However, it is important to note that gigs, consulting projects, and independent contracts may not have the same types of employee benefits that full-time positions might, such as health care, vacation and sick pay, retirement plans, and more. Characteristics of freelance, independent, and home-based businesses. Home-based and freelance businesses have characteristics that set them apart from other businesses. If your new business has some or all of these characteristics, you might be able to start it at home. With the right idea, it's never too late to start. Here are a few examples of good home-based businesses. Businesses with few employees. One common characteristic of home-based businesses is that there are fewer employees than the typical business. Of course, freelance businesses only have one employee, you. Businesses with low storage needs. Homes often have limited space, so businesses that have less need for storage are better for home-based businesses. Home-based businesses with limited storage needs are businesses that provide services, businesses that make products that are perishable, like catering, and businesses that make products that are small and valuable, like jewelry. If possible, it's a good idea to start by specializing in a single product or service. Businesses that provide or deliver services to the customer. Many service businesses involve working at the customer's home or business. Examples of on-site service businesses are landscapers, home repair, remodeling, electrician, rideshare, cleaning, janitorial services, and care, childcare, pet care, and elder care, for example. Businesses based on specialized skills. Many freelance businesses are based on specialized skills customized for each client. Some examples include writing, translation, coding, editing, consulting, accounting, tutoring, and website design. Businesses with virtual sales transactions. Many home-based businesses involve virtual sales transactions. E-commerce companies are built around virtual sales transactions. Examples include Amazon, Etsy, or other internet-based retailers. You can learn more about this in the e-commerce session. So what kind of businesses would be a challenge to have as a home-based business? Here are some things to watch out for. Businesses with lots of employees. There are two cases where businesses need lots of employees. First, when the product or service needs lots of people with different skills to make and deliver it, like hospitals, sports teams, restaurants, and manufacturing. Second, when the sales and production volume is large. If either of these cases apply to your business, then a home-based business is probably not best for you. Businesses that need lots of storage. Retail businesses like auto dealerships and grocery stores need lots of storage. Other businesses that need storage are dry cleaners, florists, and bakeries. Businesses where the customer comes to you. If the customer comes to you, then a home-based business is probably not a good idea. Businesses that depend on a specialized location. Some businesses depend on a location and are not good as home-based businesses. If you're a business that sells alcohol, it's probably best to find a location. How to launch a business as an independent contractor. If you plan to freelance or hire out your skills or expertise to start a business, you may be hired by others, either formally or informally, as an independent contractor. In the United States, there are legal definitions of independent contractor that vary by state. It's important to understand the requirements where you will be doing business to ensure that you, your business, and your clients are following the law. Starting a freelance, independent, or home-based business. Starting a freelance, independent, or home-based business is similar to starting any other business. If you are starting one of these businesses, you will need to allocate your time carefully because you're probably doing most of the work yourself. Doing some planning and preparation before launching your business will ensure you have time to work with your clients and increase your chance of success. There is a checklist available with the course materials, starting with minimum requirements and scaling up to other recommendations. Creating an online presence for your home-based or freelance business. An important part of almost any business is creating an online presence through a website or social media. An online presence is an efficient way for you to connect with new customers, to describe your products and services, to authenticate your business, and to sell products. Creating a website for your business. There are two ways to think about how to design your website. Do you want static information or dynamic information? Some businesses create a static website which has basic information about the business, such as location, phone number, email, services offered, etc. And the content does not change or does not change frequently. A static website allows people to find your business through an online search and to contact you based upon the information on your site. A dynamic website is one where the information is changing all the time. For example, if you have a restaurant or a food truck, you may want to post photos of your food, updates to your menu, your hours, seasonal specials, and more. If you design graphic t-shirts and other clothing, you may want to continually update your site with new designs, sale items, and customer photos. In general, dynamic websites will be more expensive to create and maintain. If you create a dynamic website, you will need to commit to updating the content frequently. You can build a website by hiring a professional, usually a freelancer, or by creating it yourself. Some of the tools to consider are Wix, Squarespace, and GoDaddy. Creating a web store for your business. If you want to be able to sell items directly from your website, you will need to make sure your website has a web store capability or online shopping cart. Using a web store has a number of challenges and additional tasks that you need to carefully consider. Some of those include shipping, packaging, managing inventory, consumer fraud, and collecting sales tax. Many of the website building tools we mentioned earlier can help you set up your store. Creating a social media presence for your business. Some businesses use Instagram, Facebook, and other social media platforms to create an online presence that they need. Social media platforms are great if your target customers use social media, especially if your business is easily promoted through photos. Social media platforms are less expensive than websites, and it's easy to update information. However, social media can also be a difficult way to attract new customers unless you're willing to pay for social media advertising. Establishing work-life balance in your home. One of the unique benefits and important challenges of starting a home-based business is that you can work on your business anytime you want. It is important for freelance, independent, and home-based entrepreneurs to maintain a healthy balance between work life and personal life. Here are some tips to help you do that. Create a specific space for your business. Establish a desk area or a unique space in your house where you keep your business things and conduct your business work. For example, for work, you can have a separate calendar, organizer, planner, file folder, laptop, and even a set of pens that you take out and put away depending on your work schedule. Set work hours. Create a schedule for yourself, including breaks, and stick to it. Established work hours will allow you to focus all your attention on your business. Dress for success. One of the ways to separate your home life and your working at home life is to dress for work, even if you don't have to. Getting ready for work will provide a clear physical transition for you, and it will help your mental transition as well. Your mindset will be more focused and dedicated if you dress for work even at home. Set goals. It's always a good idea to establish daily or weekly goals. The amount of work needed to start a business can be overwhelming. It's easy to fall into the habit of working around the clock on everything all at the same time and never feeling successful. By establishing daily or weekly goals, you can dedicate your work hours towards specific objectives and feel successful when you achieve them. Live your life. Starting a business will likely take up more of your time than you expect. However, it's important that you don't let it take all your time. Be sure to make time for yourself and for your personal life. Challenges of freelance, independent, and home-based businesses. There are many challenges to starting a freelance, independent, or home-based business. Before you launch your new business, you should think about how to address these challenges. The other Moby sessions can help you think through them. Finding new customers and generating sales. You should plan on starting small and building your sales by providing a great customer experience. Develop a plan for finding and reaching new customers. Controlling risk and liability. Whether you are launching a home-based business or a larger venture, you should give some thought to controlling your risk and limiting your liability. Many risks can be controlled by purchasing a good insurance policy. Ensuring you have the right licenses, permits, and permissions. In addition to the usual licenses for operating a business, home-based business owners need to understand local zoning ordinances and any homeowners associations restrictions. There may also be specific requirements for your business space based upon the type of business you operate. For example, child care licenses include many specific requirements from food service to sanitation, diaper changing areas, hand washing stations, and more. It is also a good idea to visit the SBA Businesses Licenses and Permits website, where you can find additional information about state and federal requirements. Understanding the rules for business expenses and deductions. The Internal Revenue Service has carefully defined what business deductions can be taken by home-based businesses. The IRS website summarizes these rules for you. Flexible workspace options for independent, freelance, and home-based businesses. There are a variety of options for entrepreneurs pursuing freelance, independent, or home-based businesses who would like to work outside their homes as well. In the Choosing a Business Location session, there is information about incubator spaces, co-working spaces, temporary spaces, pop-up shops, and more. You can also learn about options to procure resources such as conference room space, a post office box, or receptionist phone support. The top 10 do's and don'ts. The top 10 do's. 1. If possible, specialize in a single product or service. 2. Use the freelance, independent, and home-based business readiness checklist to prepare. 3. Understand the independent contractor laws in your area. 4. Create an online presence for your new business. 5. Utilize your existing resources for your freelance, independent, or home-based business. 6. Evaluate the characteristics of your business to decide if it's a good fit for a home-based business. 7. Maintain a healthy balance between your work life and personal life. 8. Set daily or weekly goals to feel successful throughout your preparation process. 9. Make sure you have all the rights, permits, licenses, and permissions. 10. Understand the tax rules for freelance, independent, or home-based business. The top 10 don'ts. 1. Don't overlook a hobby as a potential home-based business. 2. Don't quit your job until all preparations are complete. 3. Don't compete with your employer. 4. Don't conduct business on your employer's time. 5. Don't feel like you need a traditional office space to start a business. 6. Don't overlook zoning and permitting requirements. 7. Don't be in a rush to get started. Use the freelance, independent, and home-based business readiness checklist. 8. Don't incur unreasonable liabilities in financial obligations and dealings. 9. Don't think it's too late to start. 10. Don't neglect the importance of selling and finding new customers. Congratulations! You have now completed this session of your course. If you are writing your business plan while taking this course, take a moment now to include any information about your business related to this session. Before you go, I wanted to remind you that Moby's free business plan template is available online right now. As you go through the course, you will learn about topics that are included in the template and that will help you continue to build and edit your plan. Feel free to pause now and review or download any of the resources from this session online or continue with the next session for more information. Good luck!
This session can be taken on its own or as a part of a full course to earn a certificate of completion and/or digital badge from Moby and Santa Clara University. If you're taking this as a part of a course or want to enroll, be sure to log on and take the corresponding quiz or final exam as appropriate. You can access more topics, courses, and helpful information for your business at www.scu.edu/MOBI.